My name is Florence Hudson, and I'm founder and CEO of my own consulting firm called FDHint, which is Florence D. Hudson International. And we do consulting in advanced technology and diversity and inclusion. That's a really good question. So there are a lot of ethical implications with Internet of Things in general. A couple of years ago, we actually had an IoT Ethics Summit at Princeton University, co-sponsored with the Chief Information Officer and the Center for Information Technology Policy. The ethical issues include the privacy of the data. So actually, by ensuring trust, identity, privacy, protection, safety, and security, you're addressing some of the ethical issues. Regarding the trust and identity, you need to make sure that the right humans are getting the right information and the right medication. So there are a lot of ethical issues about doing what's right. TIPS is almost like what they call the Hippocratic Oath for technology, where you do no harm. And that's really what we want to make sure of. So depending on where the data is being used, you may have to de-identify the data, anonymize the data. As an example, there's some work going on in the US with the Centers for Disease Control, and they actually have, you have to allow consent from the provider, which is the doctor, to the Centers for Disease Control. But you have to allow consent for the patient to allow the doctor to give the data to the Centers for Disease Control. If there is an epidemic, you really want to make sure that's going to happen, but you have to make sure that you're taking all the steps that you need to. So there's really a lot to address in that whole space. But the cool thing is that the newer technologies we have allow us to do that. I love Jay on the Beach. I love my espadrilles. It was really a great environment because there was a lot of collaboration. I love the way you had a lot of networking time. It was very easy to talk to people who speak your language and who don't, because we were very open to speaking with each other. I made some contacts here in Spain of future work we can do together. I found a gentleman from Nigeria who's interested in getting involved in the clinical Internet of Things and TIPS work with IEEE, or as I found out here in España, it's called IE-Cubo.
Yeah, IE-Cubo.
Yay, I got it. So IEEE or IE-Cubo. And so it would be wonderful to work together because clinical Internet of Things, when a patient is wearing it and they travel around the planet like me, if I had one of those devices, I would need to make sure that I had trust and identity and privacy, protection, safety, and security here too, right? So it's not just the devices that go around the planet and the companies that work around the planet, it's the humans wearing the devices that need to be protected. So it was wonderful how I met a gentleman from Nigeria who wants to participate in the IE-Cubo effort, or IEEE for my friends in America. And so I'm looking forward to participating in a lot of cool things together. So I really loved it and I hope to come back.